Hello Scorpios, and welcome for your reading. This is for Aquarius transition. Aquarius is fixed sign just like as you are. So this is basically going to be a little bit different starting this year, where we're going to have 13 readings, 12 signs, 13 readings, because at the end of this reading I'm going to include the link on the end screen for pick your own reading. So in addition to this, you will be able to choose your own additional messages. So don't forget that. Just stay until the end. Also guys, if you get the messages that you feel, whoa, yes, that's me, then consider subscribing. That's all I said. So also I would advise that you check your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant. That's kind of like, it's a general reading, gives you a little bit more. And also, hey, you can contact your Cat Tarot for your private reading. So let's see. I am so looking forward to, I always like to get these fixed signs, and I'm really connected with Scorpios with, you should see my 12th house, like I'm in full of your planets. So let's see. We have Ace of Wands reversed. I really think that something here is happening in your life where you're saying enough is enough, enough is enough. I do not want to look in the past. You are getting this fresh start. You are looking into something else, but not anymore based on some issues or protocol from the past. Or maybe somebody might contact you from the past who you're kind of like, okay, it didn't work. Hello buddy, hello sweetie girl, did you come specially for Scorpios? Really? And it's going to be special reading? Huh? You are showing your private parts. That's not fun. Yes, you pretty girl. This is a special luck, guys. Yes, hi girl. Hi girl. Can I start? And a whole day you didn't come, and now of course it is time for Scorpios. The Scorpio should feel very, very special to be part of the cuddle thing. So let's start. The first card is Strength. You guys are maybe going through some kind of like issues where maybe you want to commit. Maybe there's like something happening here. I'm going to keep it here so she can see the card, because apparently I need to pet her, otherwise she's not going to let me read for you. I really love this card because this means that maybe, you know, sometimes we need to get, really you're going to move camera now? Really? Come on, you lie down here. You lie down here. Yeah, you lie down here. Yes. Like that. Like this. Yes. You lie down. You lie down. There you go. This to me is a card of commitment. This to me is a card where you say, I'm ready. This to me is the card where you realize, you know what, maybe it's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be easy, but I'm here for a long run. I am here and you can count on me. And you know, it's kind of like also to me representing sometimes we kind of like bite our own tongue, as we all know who have been in relationships. If you wanted something to survive, not everybody has a great day every day, but this card exudes that power and energy. And of course it's called Strength, so it's also connected with courage and conviction, right? So I also feel that you are going to have gift this particular transition to soothe others, in particular with their problems, with their issues. So that's going to be very, very important. Also guys, I'm still sick. I have pneumonia. My voice did come back, so I can talk now, but when I talk my throat tickles, so from time to time I will have to stop and cough it out, and then I'll come back. I just don't want to cough in your ear. I hope you appreciate that. Like now. And this is crossed with Ten of Sky, but check it out. This Ten of Sky or Ten of Swords in this particular deck, it's kind of like very ominous. You see the kitty is very scared. It's right next to the water. It's cornered, and as you can see, this, it's the brokenness, or you cannot see because this didn't kind of like get into the focus. Oh, come on camera. Kitty is kind of like, hey, you know what, I have lost all my lives and this is it. I kind of see myself, I'm not going to survive this, I'm not going to get through this. So it's one of those moments where, you know, it's this time of reckoning. Something cannot keep going. Something is basically it. This is kind of like how we basically got to that stage. But this is reversed for you. So I don't know, did you have some kind of like, let's say, evil in your life? To me, this is like telling me, no, like, first of all, none of that applies. It's reversed. You are escaping nicely, almost like unscratched, but very well aware, whew, I kind of like dodged this one, kind of a thing, right? This is kind of like, to me, recovery, and it's also success. You are turning toward some kind of like, let's say, higher power over here. It's a 10. It's a huge turnaround point. So it's really, really important. I'm going to keep the gypsy cards here in the case we need them for any clarifications. Oh my gosh, you have the priestess. It's another major arcana, and this is, guys, you. It's kind of like that intuitive feeling. It's kind of like approach, almost like at this stage, I would say, maybe you have people in your life who are argumentative, who you know that could be passive aggressive, who you know that are underhanded, who are maybe narcissists, and you maybe try different approaches with them, or maybe they're very rigid, or it's just like me kind of a thing. And it just kind of like always, it was this engagement kind of like coming at each other's throat, right? I think at this stage you are like, you know what, I don't even think I need to talk about it. Somebody texts you and you're saying, well, you spell trouble, and I think that with you certain things will not really go in a good direction. You're coming and visit again? What are Scorpios going to say? What will Scorpios say? Are you the high priestess? And are Scorpios the best? And you're Aquarius and you're still saying that. Do you believe that? That was very hesitant, yes. But that's very nice of you. That's very diplomatic. So guys, High Priestess freaking knows who is right and who is wrong. She doesn't necessarily communicate this. She doesn't debate. You know what? I always said to my friends and to people who I date that, you know what? If I'm not interested, I'm not even talking. Because what's the point? Each time that I open my mouth, it almost looks like I'm debating, I'm discussing, I'm explaining. So if somebody needs help in terms of closure and they want to debate this, that's not closure, that's discussion. It's somebody trying to get back with me. And that's not going to work. This is pretty much where you will be. Sorry, this is like really intuitive. It's not very analytical. You are totally going to know who is your space, who is good, who is not good in this particular position. Then you have a 9 of C. So this reading is supposed to be 10 minutes, but Sapphie decided this is going to be a longer reading. I really think for a while, you're like really realizing what makes you happy. You kind of like are looking up. You are optimistic. Maybe somebody's coming in your life if some person is not already there, who is making you think, put a ring on it, kind of a thing, or shall we move in, or you're feeling this is really, really important. And it looks like it was also built upon you knowing who you are. Some people are saying this is a wish card, so this is really important. You have a Sky King. I don't know if you have somebody who is an air sign in your life, but this is like an awesome person. This is a general reading, so it could be female or male. And it's somebody extremely fair. I mean, I really like it. Of course, I'm an air sign, so, you know, don't mind me. But sometimes, especially, this could be a boss. It could be somebody really looking at, you know, what you're doing at work and how you're like, I mean, really trying to kind of like be, let's say, fair. Fair is the kind of like color of the day over here when you kind of like pick up this card. And kind of like noticing you, saying, hey, you know, look at it, Scorpio. I am kind of like really happy at kind of like this development. I used to have a boss while I worked in a bank who would just go to the meeting, and then 5 minutes before the meeting, he just would throw a problem at me. Sometimes it was a mathematical problem where I didn't have all the elements given to me, right? So sometimes it was kind of hypothesis, right? So what do you think? In which directions would it go? And I knew I had 1 hour to solve the puzzle, and I had to pull all the resources and everything. And I never knew where this ended until I asked him, so what's going on? He said, oh, I'm just doing this from time to time to different team members to see who basically can resolve this and whose answer makes the most sense. So 3 months later, they actually recommended me for promotion. So something like that, so I can actually really see here with this, is somebody perceptive. It's also somebody very strong-willed, but highly, highly intelligent. So it could be connected with eloquence as well. Ooh, and there is a sea queen. This is kind of interesting coupling. That would be, I would say, the opposites attract over here. This could be you. This could be like this big, big cup of love that you can offer. So they're like two different strengths and two different fortes that, like, I mean, kind of like it's possibility over here, right? So there's like a soft approach, and there is like, it's almost like the strength card has both of it, right? It's like that firm fist in a velvet glove. So kind of like we see that it's kind of like union of two things. It also could mean if you're deciding to be serious with someone and maybe go in the direction of taking that next step of either the ring on a finger or moving in, that you're kind of like looking into, well, do we need a prenup? Do we need some kind of agreement? What happens? So you're actually really talking about that without neglecting that love. You know, some people go through this prenups and stuff, and they just basically violate each other so much they kind of like can't continue with this. So no, in your case, this is all nice and lovely over here. So let's see kind of like your approach. Let's see where you really, oh my god, I really don't think could be better. This is one of my karma cards. It's sort of like a half karma card, because it kind of like shifts this really quickly. So this is right now. So whenever you're watching this, you are totally like, you're going to within a day start feeling like I'm on top of this world. The world card, like when you're getting the world card, it is, everything is accomplished. Like something right now, right here, you are getting this big patting on the back, and you're saying, hey, job well done. You're really feeling good about yourself, and you're also feeling really, really good about people around you. I mean, look, you know who is not good for you, and by simply removing these people, and this could be somebody at work as well, you need to put up with people at work. I mean, I always say to my clients, just imagine you're acting for freaking 8 hours. You're not there to be authentic. You're not there to show your personality. Unfortunately, it sucks. I mean, the only way out of it is, hey, hire yourself, right? This is clearly success. This is also something signifying the end of one way of dealing with things. So, of course, if you have been single and now you're moving in a new direction, this is kind of a clearly card that's going to show up, right? So it is the hope for the future, and it's a triumph of some sort. And I think you're going to be really admired this particular month. Going to be lots of possibilities coming up. In the environment, whoa, you have a Sea King. Well, this is a nice coupling. This is the opposites attract. This is like similarities rule kind of a thing, right? So it could be that you have more options. It could be that people are coming from all sides, and you're going to be so freaking steady. Like, there are right people coming through. And guess when right people show up? They show up when we are ready. And we are ready when we finally realize that we don't want to play that poker with sweaty palms. We are just moving forward. Your hopes and fears? Grace. I don't know, guys, if you have also Sagittarius in your life. So now I see air, I see water, I see earth, and I see also fire. So everything is really, really showing up. I mean, earth is more or less, you're really grounded in how you're approaching this, right? Hopes and fears is you're thinking, are the stars going to line up? Are they going to align this time around? Is this really, like, I mean, fingers crossed kind of situation that I kind of close my eyes and just hope for the best? Or this is the real thing? So you have a little bit trepidation, you're a little bit nervous, but you're a freaking Scorpio. You're saying to yourself, I can handle it, I did handle it, I will handle it. And I owe it to myself. If I don't, like, I'm in venture and I do that, I'm not going to be happy in that situation. So you're like really in a really good position. And this is coming into, maybe it's going to be, I would not say waiting game. Certainly it takes patience. Nothing is going to happen overnight. I think it's going to be some kind of process. If you guys are looking for someone, this is going to be extremely good month. It might be for some of you already are going to the next stage. This is for those of you who are in relationships. For those of you who are not, you're going to go into very fertile period, let's put it this way, when it might be up to 7 months when the results are going to happen, but you're going to get this little kind of like mousy kind of a thing. You're really going into it. So I don't even have much to kind of like clarify, but I want to say the Ten of Sky to kind of like put you at ease. And I'm having like not one cat but 2 cats. And before I get intrusion again, let's see like this kind of determination over here, and who are these people who might be, let's say, nagging or a negative influence or that kind of like sort of things, right? So what you have here is scholar, merchant, and letter. It could be somebody from work, clearly, right? Merchant is like that entrepreneurial kind of thing. Maybe you're having issues with boss, and maybe you're going saying to yourself, like, I'm going to leave my problems from work at work, and I'm going to come home in peace kind of a thing, right? It could be some communications. I guess this letter could be an email, almost looks like an icon for an email. And maybe you need to put a proposal together of some sort. Or alternatively, it could be that somebody's going to write to you, and you know, maybe they studied you, maybe they're looking in your Facebook. I don't know. I'm barely using Facebook. It's amazing how a year ago that was the most important social media to me, and now not so much anymore. So I really think, you know, this is maybe how they perceive you. This could be them seeing you, that you're moving on, and they're really trying to do their best they can. Maybe possibly you're connecting to this person through work or through some kind of connections. Maybe there are other people that ask or know about it. It's going to be interesting. So it almost looks to me they might try to woo you of some sort. So Scorpio, this is for transition of Aquarius. As I said, just give it a few more seconds. You're going to see the link where you can pick your own reading. And so it's going to be one of the 4 categories that you can pick. It's going to be additional information to whatever question maybe that you have and you're posing yourself during this reading. Hopefully this helps. Don't also forget to check your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant. If you don't know how to find those, you can just send me your birthday. I'm going to just send it to you for free, or in the description I provided a link where you can go and get it. So enjoy this month. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and yeah, you know that I love you. Wish you all the best. Namaste.